follow this three principle what I follow. Fail fast, नहीं हो रहा जल्दी fail हो जाओ, and don't be scared to fail.
Okay, hi everyone. We have with us Dishant. He's got a crazy startup, and the name also says it, Wyld. Okay, it's designed for all of you guys who are, I would say, 18 and above, but we also know a lot of youngsters would love it. Just to give you a small intro about Dishant, he's been on the startup journey. This is his third startup. The first one he scaled to a point, but then he realized it's not going anywhere. The second one was making money, but he felt he needs to make more money. And that's how he's sitting here. So let's kick it off. So Dishant, just to help everyone understand, let's first talk about your current startup, Wyld. Let's talk about what Wyld is about.
Wyld actually is an idea which started with very simple problem, right? Word of mouth marketing is one of the most important way of marketing you will know because you are a marketer, legend marketer. And so what we are trying to do at Wyld, we are taking word of mouth marketing on digital by doing very simple thing. So we have launched a Visa powered card, works exactly how your debit card, credit card works. But this card, if you swipe with any of our brand partners, give them a shout out via story, post or a reel, you earn a cashback. To get this card, you need to have 1,000 followers on Instagram and a public profile. It's very simple. If you go to a restaurant and we do post a lot of stories and a post around restaurant and ambience and food and everything. By just doing that and tagging the brand, you earn money out of it now. So now, if, for example, you spend 2,000 rupees and spend via a wildcard, give them a shout out, you make minimum 30% up to 100% cash back. That goes to 600 rupees up to 2,000 rupees cash back. And the cashback is based on your social media score, which we give it. It's called Wild Score, based on your followers and engagement. And higher the score, higher the cashback you earn.
So it's a damn good idea. I think it's designed for what all of us are doing intuitively, right? And from companies and brand perspectives, I think what you're helping them is in discovery. A lot of new people will discover the brand or the company or the product. It's a damn good idea. What's the real truth? What happens when you're running a startup on a daily basis? What's the behind the scenes like?
Honestly, like in 2018-19, when I really wanted to start up and I saw the same thing. It's very glorified. Until today, and I was telling everyone, oh, we should start up and we should start up. Now I tell people, don't start up. Like, it's so difficult. It's so difficult. You face challenges every day. You spend nights and days on solving one problem to make people believe in you, right? And it's such a journey which you can't predict. You just can't predict. Every day there are new challenges, new things keeps on coming. So it is not glorified at all. Like in real life, it is a lot of hard work, or a lot of persistence, and a lot of patience. A lot of patience to just do the right things every day. Have a very, it will test you. Like if you really want to build a character, do a startup. Like it will test you for everything possible, and it will make you so grounded, and you will realize that big mangna bhi bahut difficult hai. Like it is not so easy. Yeah, to get money is so I would say getting money is not so difficult. Being honest, it's not so difficult. But how end of the day, paisa kamana. Like you can spend money, but if you don't make money, once you if you raise money, and if I don't prove the investor that I've made you money, like it is like you'll not get another chance.
Yeah.
Like you're creating your own graveyard here.
So good you brought that up. See, Aarthagenix is a platform, and that's why Sharekhan is here. It's about financial literacy, financial discipline. From your own perspective, how do you still manage your own expenses till you're about to raise the first round of funding? So what was the journey over there like?
So in my case, I was lucky enough of not to provide the family. You have to stay very low-key. It's okay to travel by locals. It's okay to stay very, skip trips with your friends. It's okay to live in FOMO. No problem, and we can always regret later that, oh shit, I should have done this, I should have done that. But somewhere in the future, you are working on something very big, right? Which will give you the fruit. Or else you can just do a job. Like, like entrepreneurship karna hai, you somewhere not willingly, but you will have to give up on a lot of things which you really don't want to.
So how do you manage your own personal finances? Do you invest? Do you save? First thing.
So right now we do take a very small salary right now in our startup to run our daily things. But most of my money goes in our startup again, which unknowingly we realize that okay, we are spending back in the startup only, which requires meetings outside, and we are spending from our own pocket money rather than company's money.
So what Dishant is saying is, at that point in your journey of a startup, then every rupee, the investment is in the business.
Yeah.
So that's the lovely takeaway. Now, entrepreneurship and investing. And investing, I'm talking about, where people are investing or their hard-earned money. So just to help people out, like out of say $100, what is the percentage you put in say SIP or an IPO? As in, what is the percentage you use for? Okay, let me see if I can grow this money on the side.
So I put around 40 to 45% in my investment, which is like if I earn 10,000 rupees, I put 4,500 rupees. Regardless on that, I know I'm going to get the salary on this day. Next day, that 45% will get cut. Now you have to manage the आगे का expense कैसे करोगे? Like sometimes like your credit card bills are much higher than what you can think of, and you manage it like somehow like you manage that. You know that 55% में आपको पूरा आपका खर्चा सब कुछ उसमें ही करना है.
Okay. To help viewers, see, when you have a startup like Wyld, which is just started on its growth curve, how do you, it's like you must be fine following, you said conjuice, but there's some basic financial formula you guys must be keeping in mind, like, okay, you've raised funding. So how do you decide that, okay, this is the way we are going to manage this money? What's the principle you apply?
So normally in startups, most probably if you get money now, you get excited because if you have not used the money. And I was too very excited. Oh, 3 crore rupiya aaya. Like I know that 3 crore was a big amount that time. And today when I see it, like that blows up in like no time when it goes to marketing. But honestly, I would give my credit to my co-founder Yash. So both of us are Gujarati and Marwadis. Okay, हमारे हाथ से पैसा छूटता नहीं है उतना इसीलिए.
Nice.
Like so we try to run it in such a way that we first ROI आता है, बाद में पैसा का investment होता है. Normally what other investors like like the founders, they put the money to get the PMF. We are working towards the PMF first, and then we know once you get the PMF is basically product market fit, where you realize that your product is fit for the market to scale, right? And many people spend a lot of money to get a PMF and then fail because now they don't have money to scale. In our case, we really saved the money and we negotiated to everything possible, removed all the personal connects. We give them free consulting. We give them like आइए ले ले उसके सामने barter run किया है. Like genuinely we have run barter के like I'll give you 2 influencers to post about you, but you give me this your service for free. And this is how we have run like completely. And honestly, like the way we are running, we are just paying off salaries. We have not spent a rupee on marketing. One of the way us also going on Shark Tank was the marketing, being very frank. And that's how like you find jugards around like how to get you the best marketings and where you don't have to pay money.
So that's interesting for all those who don't know. So Wyld is one of the startups that got funded at Shark Tank, and Anupam Mittal is the one who funded you all, and I guess he's working with you all now. So that's a very interesting takeaway. I think everyone should remember what he said. Even for marketing, he's looking for jugaad.
Yeah.
How do I get more people to know without spending a rupee? So that's interesting. This whole talk that you and me are having is especially to help a lot of young kids who are in college. That's what Aarthagenix is, building the discipline. We all are in India. Most of us come from middle class families. Education is the path to growth. But starting a business now, how did you handle this at home? Like your parents would have said, no, why you're going into all this hassle, and you said you have your family's business. So What is your advice on how to handle parents when you want to, go into a business line and not?
But I really want to do something else, right? Like the way I convinced my parents, I told them like I was very stubborn. Like I really want to do it. Otherwise, like I'm not going to be a good businessman like you. Everyone has their own journey. More than that, like our parents mostly come from a background that they don't want to take risks because they come from a different family. If you go to see our grandparents, they fought to survive. That was the mindset our grandparents worked on after independence. Our parents, which is like more like 50s and 60s now, they work to provide. Convincing your parents is going to be the most difficult part. It's going to be so difficult because they will not understand from your perspective. Because their education was very different, their lifestyle was very different. That doesn't mean they are wrong, right? They are right at their point. It is your job to create the perspectives of what will go wrong and what will go right. And if it goes right, what is the max profit you will get and max loss you will incur. What will help is sitting with them and breaking it down at the core simple things कि बाई चांस तो हमारा लाइफ ये हो जाएगी, बाई चांस नहीं चला तो मेरा पर वो मैं जॉब करके वो रिकवर कर लूंगा, right? So this is very simply explain parents like what, where you are, why are you doing it, and explain them why. More than that, you should also know why you are doing it and why do you want to do it, your purpose behind it. Once you know that, I think your parents are not your enemies. They really want the best out of you. So they will understand, but like I've seen a lot of cases that they are very stubborn. Shadi karwa dete hain. Like that is like very settled. Settle is the word. Yeah, but like it's difficult to explain. Very case to case scenario. But more than that,
Your
make them
advice is be honest with them.
yeah.
That works best.
Make them realize your perspective. Right? Make them see from your own perspective and see what are the pros and cons to it in a simple way.
Okay, so when it comes to a startup, right, there are different phases. How do you decide time to give up or not yet?
So every day you'll get one chance to give up. You'll get one chance to give up. Why nahi karna hai? Every day you'll get one chance. But it is how you control your mind, to be honest. So follow this three principle what I follow. Fail fast. नहीं हो रहा जल्दी fail हो जाओ. And don't be scared to fail. Also, I write this on my LinkedIn very often. I write fail fabulously. Right? In India, failing is shown losing. Right? Failing is not losing.
In our culture, it's not.
Yeah.
We speak with pride.
Correct. And honestly, I shout to my head and my voice to everyone. That's failed 100 times. But because you just have to succeed once.
But tell me this, and I think a lot of young kids would love to understand this. Why is it that you have failed?
There'll be 99.9% people telling you are stupid.
Okay.
Right? But when it comes to your execution and when you know yourself better than anyone else, right? Get into your own perspective and own awareness where you are and why are you doing what you are doing. So getting your why is very important. Secondly, getting like loving the failures is secondly very important. And third, being persistent and like keep on going and don't look at the result and follow the process and work. Failing, losing is such a negative part of it that in India no one wants to take risk. No one wants to take risk.
Interesting. So tell us, how do you handle failure? Because there is you said, okay, how does one get out of that phase?
Actually, I'll tell you a story where everything changed for me. In 2021, actually 2020, just after COVID, in end of 2020, during COVID, we had to shut down one business, and I was going on a self-doubt, complete self-doubt. Like ये entrepreneurship मेरे से नहीं होगा. 4 business कर लिया, 5वां कर रहा हूँ, 6वां कर रहा हूँ, हो ही नहीं रहा है. इतना सारा किया, कुछ नहीं हो रहा, सब कुछ. Somewhere you are stupid enough that not realizing that you are not meant for this. Right? That was the self-doubt what I was going through. And during 31st December, first time I decided not to party. But I found ashram near me. I'm not even kidding. Like this is real life story. And I found one ashram called Govardhan Eco Village, which is 2 hours from Mumbai. I had no idea what this thing is. ISKCON ka property tha. And I had no idea what is the full form of ISKCON. Like I had nothing to do with it. And I didn't even know it's a religion community. I had no idea. I went there, I saw people in orange clothes, and I was like, shit, I can't be here. I want to take a U-turn because I don't want to associate myself with a religion, right? And I went there, but I was like, okay, I've come only, let me see one day. I went there, and I was like, this is beautiful. Like, no, a lot of oxygen, middle of the jungle, everything was amazing. I spent 2 3 days. They had like scheduled yoga, this and that. Everything was there. And last day, I was having a meal, and one monk comes and sits with me. I have no idea who he is. I'm having dinner. We speak for 2 hours. He asked me full history of my life, and I give him, and we had an amazing conversation. And then he leaves, and then a lot of devotees come and ask me, "How do you know him?" I was like, "I have no idea who he is." Then he's like, do you give some service to this Govardhan Eco Village? I was like, no, I don't. And I'm stressing out, like, this is my first time, like, you push rail out. Like, acha, then they realize that, okay, I have no idea. So they like, that person was Gauranga Das. I don't know how many people follow Gauranga Das. And I like, oh shit. Like, he's some big personality. And I had no idea. He had no social media at that time, like nothing. And I realized how big he is, like he was a president and all that. And then I go next to him and I ask him, do you want to mentor me? Then he's like, why should I mentor you? Like, what are you bringing on table? And I don't mentor like this. I was like, no, you spent 2 hours with me. I spent 2 hours with you because you didn't know me. So this part changed my whole life because I was so persistent. Like I was like, you have to mentor me. And I want to get out of my self-doubt. How do I do it? And beautifully, some spiritual enlightenment there for me, and he guided me to deal with a lot of things which are like practices. One thing he told me, be in control from 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. I was like, do you mean 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.? He started laughing and he was like, no, 9 p.m. to 9 a.m. And I was like, okay, what do you mean? And he's like, sleep by 9 p.m., wake up at 3 a.m. I was like, not possible in this Mumbai life. Yeah. Like, and I'm wild. Like, I can't like, मेरा parties में मेरा काम होता है. So he's like, if you wake up 3 a.m., I'll give you 3 things to work on, which you will be in control of, which is mind, soul, and body. Right? Mind, you read something, books or whatever you want to read. Soul, do some meditation. And he never pushed me to do some specific God or anything. He like, whatever you believe in. And third is workout. Keep your mind, keep your body very active. Okay? And just do these 3 things and you'll be in control of your life and you will be successful in life overall. And these things give me a long-term perspective. And successful तो एक ही बार बनना है यार. Purpose आ गया life में. Now, when you have your purpose, when you know why you are doing what you are doing, you don't care about the small failures what you do daily. You don't care. You are just looking at the long-term vision and you finalize. It's a maze, right? एक maze में जाते हो आप U-turn मार के बाहर. You just find your way out. That's it. That is life, and that's where that's how I deal with failures. That's completely. I give the full credit to Gauranga Das and spiritual knowledge, which got me to this level and gives me energy every day. And I don't care about small failures. कल while बंद भी हो गया, I will do something else because I know what I really want to do. I want to impact people's lives. That's it. Period.
Interesting. Now let's talk about, this Aarthagenix is all about financial literacy, financial empowerment. Now before we go into that, they say the best of startups that become successful and create value for everybody, they solve a real problem. Yeah. So let's talk about from your perspective, what problem is Wyld trying to solve?
Actually, we are trying to solve 2 problems. One is from the customer point of view and one is from the brand point of view. Okay? As a customer, today, if you go to see, our parents might not be on Instagram, right? But today, a baby's Instagram is created before the baby is born.
Yeah.
Right? Like I know my sister delivered and she had an Instagram ready for her. Right? 9 months to go, 8 months to go, 6 months to go, whatever. And I realized that Instagram has made it so simple for us to create content. And all of us have at least one post or we put stories. But do we monetize it? We have become creators. But we don't want to identify as a creator because we were not making money while like a creator. Right? But you are a creator. Creator means you're creating content. And you're not monetizing it. So we are opening the door for everyone to monetize social media as little as 1,000 followers from a user point of view. And from a brand point of view, I'm taking word of mouth marketing, which is the most effective way of marketing on digital, turning their own customers into their marketers, right? So there are two problems what we are solving in a long term.
Interesting. So there's one other thing, at least from my perspective, that I think you're solving, and you should consider that. I think you are giving financial empowerment to everyone who wants to be a creator.
Yeah, yeah,
You are ensuring they can remain independent for a longer period of time, doing what they love.
correct.
So you're actually financially empowering the person to be on his journey.
100%. And also one more interesting in Wild what we realized, your earning power is the same, correct? On Wild. But your spending power is increasing. Because of the cashbacks, the amount of cashback what we're giving, 50%, 60% cashback for creating content. Of course, you have to work towards creating good content. But now if I was affording once in a month, I can eat outside. Because of Wildcard, I can go thrice a month at the same restaurant or even better restaurant. And because Wild is giving me so many opportunities, and we realized that spending has gone so high for the same person who's earning the same amount of money and saving amount of same money he's saving, same money he's investing, but he's spending triple because of the social currency.
Now, this is interesting. I think so. Then I think another problem you're solving indirectly is helping a lot of small businesses
Correct.
who don't know how to market, what to market, but you're helping them as well keep their
100%.
business running. One last question: what is your advice to all college kids, especially for college kids, about money?
Actually-
how do you think they should look at it?
Actually, learning how to, so you will make money in life regardless. Like you will make money regardless, but how you manage that money is the most important thing. Luckily, we have a lot of companies working on the literacy of the finance, like finance literacy, and I feel learning how to grow your money, existing money, is the most important to create your wealth, right? So my thing is learn a lot and experiment a lot, and don't put your money in your savings account. Make it for let your money make you more money, right? It could be SIPs, it could be stock broking, it could be anything, but have a lot of knowledge before putting that money. And don't like just follow because Bitcoin is doing well and just put money in Bitcoin without knowledge, having knowledge. If people have already made money, the money is gone, right? Don't follow the trend of it. Like rather than just understand the basics of it and understand the math behind it, what is actually working.
All right. Thanks a lot, Dishant.
Thank you so much.
Lovely having you here.
Thank you so much.
Investments in securities market are subject to market risks. Read all the related documents carefully before investing.